Hey everyone, I have some really exciting news concerning Magic Legends. I think a lot of people have seen the trailer that came out a day or two ago, the cinematic trailer, but a lot of people are still wondering, well, what does playing Magic Legends actually mean? What's the gameplay like? And we actually have some details that I found towards this through Cryptic and Perfect World social media pages. And so this is the official Magic Legends Discord. I'm going to read their intro blurb and then we're going to discuss a little bit the actual details they have released to us so far. So it says, become a powerful spell-wielding Planeswalker in Magic Legends, a new MMO action RPG set on the iconic planes of Magic the Gathering. An ancient force moves in the darkness, and it's up to you to walk the planes, gather the power needed to fight. So progression, typical MMO thing. Choose your path through the planes, collect spells, and create powerful spell hands. And control the chaos of battle as you fight to save the multiverse from its greatest threat yet. So that's just kind of an intro blurb, but here are these next kind of bullet points that they put really do give you some details on what to expect from the gameplay, from what we know so far, and which, again, it's only been a couple of days that it's been officially announced. Become a Planeswalker. It's your job to save the multiverse from its greatest threat yet. Choose from 5 different classes, but don't worry about picking just one. You can switch between all 5 as you play. So that's very interesting. 5 classes, that's to be expected. That coincides with the 5 colors of magic. If you've seen the intro trailer, you saw they had basically a representation of each color of mana on a Planeswalker there. But the real interesting part is that it's saying you can switch between all 5 as you play. So I come from a Neverwinter background. In Neverwinter, if you wanted to switch between classes, you basically had to have separate gear for every class that you wanted to play. Here it's saying you can freely switch. This also makes class balance issues a lot easier, because if one class maybe is struggling, well, people obviously have their favorite colors of mana to play as. They identify as different colored planeswalkers, or they like that type of playstyle that the certain colors bring. But here it's saying, maybe if one's underpowered, well, you can always switch over to accomplish your goal if you really need be, and freely switch in between. Or maybe if you want to be more of a role player in some groups, or if you're just hard carrying soloing some content, there's different kind of planeswalkers that you can use for those sorts of jobs. So I think that's really interesting that they're not locking you into one choice. All right, to move on to the next point, walk your own path. You'll need to cross various planes to save the multiverse, but how you weave your path is up to you. So that's not as interesting, but it's saying there's a large amount of freedom in how you can play. It's probably best for release. What happens in a lot of games is when the game's initially launched, everybody's bundled up in the starter area, and a lot of people aren't making progress because everybody's in one location. So if they're truly able to kind of make your own path, go your own separate ways, do whatever you find enjoyable type thing, that might be better for spreading all the player base out instead of just having everybody initially jammed up in the intro area. Control and chaos. Control and chaos interweave in real-time combat. Strategically choose the spells in your hand because they'll be drawn at random as you fight. Here's another really interesting innovation. It's kind of a homage to the actual Magic the Gathering card game, but so we're drawing spells into our hand, as opposed to in the Neverwinter world, you just had abilities that you selected, and then the abilities were on cooldown, and then you could use them again once the cooldown was over, which means you would craft a certain rotation based on your spell's abilities in Neverwinter. Here they're saying there's an RNG element added to the combat. So you can't always just rely on, I will always have this, in a certain amount of time. You're going to have to make decisions on the fly based on what RNG gives you, what your luck is. So to go off of the spells, that carries into this next point, collect and upgrade. Discover a myriad of spells and collect spell fragments to make them more powerful. So this is the first hint at what progression looks like in Magic Legends. There's no mention of gear yet, which isn't to say that it's not there. Gear is a pretty common element in MMOs, but they're focusing here on collecting spells, so that's one activity, and then upgrading those same spells, another separate activity. And so that seems to be what they're focusing on here as progression, what kind of goal you're aiming towards to become a better player, to gain access to harder content, those types of things. And then the final bullet point is fight alone or together. Choose whether you traverse the plains alone or with up to 2 other planeswalkers. So this is saying you can go solo or you can go as a group of 3 with 2 other people, right? So I come from a Neverwinter background, if you're not aware of me or if you've never seen my channel before. In Neverwinter, it largely revolves around groups of 5 completing a dungeon. Here it's saying the max party size appears to be 3 at launch. Whether or not that changes, we don't know. But here it's saying, basically 1 to 3 seems to be the number that they're aiming for, or the way that the content's designed to be played, difficulty-wise. So I hope these details helped you. I'm going to put the link to the beta sign-up, which is currently going on, which, because that same link also has all their social media pages alongside the bottom where you can find this official Discord. I plan on covering Magic Legends and playing it, hopefully, and getting into the beta. So if and when I do, I'll be putting out more content here on my YouTube channel. So hopefully I see you guys again. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this kind of helps build some excitement and, again, give you a first idea of what playing Magic Legends actually means. Thanks for watching.